Get ready to elevate your beauty routine. Join me every week at 10 a.m. Pacific for my Beauty Lives, where we'll dive into microneedling, rejuvenating acid peels, expert scalp care tips, and lots of beauty devices. I'll also share the latest skincare brands and makeup must-haves to keep you glowing year-round. For exclusive insights on injections, weight loss peptides, and more, download my Skin and Wellness app linked in the description below. For additional insight, check out my blog that details each of these beauty lives and any other videos I've shared with you. We are about to go live, so hit that subscribe button now and join the beauty revolution. Hey my friends, okay, we are doing our 6th Soonsu Peel today, and if you're wondering what that bee noise is, well, it is my Maysama LED mask. It is a it is a belt that goes around your abdomen, or you can put it on your lower back, and I've been using it when I start these lives. I also have the neck one on right now, and we're gonna make up my collagen water and get going. If you are in my app community, hold on, I'm going to turn this off because I know it's annoying. I kind of ran it a couple times before getting ready. All right, we're going to turn that one off just because I can't compete with bee noise. Okay, we'll remove this and we'll get going. And our neck and chest one is done too. So also, you guys, behind me, I've got some LED masks to talk about today, especially since we've been treating my bruises. So we'll go over all of that too as we get into today's live. Let me check the chat over on YouTube. Hey you guys, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay, remember everything is down and linked in the description, and right now in the chat we've linked the blog with all of the products that I'll be using. I'm gonna do a double cleanse today because before we put on the Soonsu Peel, I'll be dermaplaning my face. So we got the Dermaplane razor. This is my Swan Morton 10R disposable blade. Love this one. And then we got the rest of the vial of our Soonsu Peel to use this week. Okay. If you are in my app, you guys know that on Monday I did all that mesotherapy around my eyes and lip threads, and here is the aftermath 2 days later as the fallout of some of the injury happened. And I've been treating it with different things to like help it heal faster, obviously, because I film my face a lot and it's kind of problematic when it's always messed up. So I try to heal up as fast as possible, and I hope by me documenting it, it always feels real and natural and you guys get the real scoop, right? That's always the point. Okay. Oh, I'm thirsty. I haven't finished my protein shake yet. Oh, thanks for the follow on TikTok. You guys are great. And thanks for the roses, Trini. That's so nice of you. Alrighty. What are we going to do today? Okay, let's start by just getting some of our collagen into our other drink. I do have a water going alongside my protein shake. My protein shake, for those of you who have asked, especially on my reels on Instagram, I have been really trying to get in more protein. I love protein. You guys know that I eat meat like 24/7, but when you eat a lot of meat or a high protein fatty diet, you tend to not be hungry. It's just the reality of cutting carbs. And so I forget to eat. And so drinking a 50-gram protein shake in the morning after I work out or do yoga is the way that I'm trying to get in that amount really quickly. And then I'll have meat at lunch and then meat at dinner. And that's how I'm trying to get to 100 grams of protein a day. I also put creatine and colostrum in my protein shake because I've really noticed a benefit of the creatine, although I did share in the app on Monday that my night sweats have really blown up ever since I started using creatine. And because creatine, I talked to Grok about this, and Grok said there's not really like anybody else saying that when they use creatine, they get night sweats. So it might just not have anything to do with the creatine. But the reason I thought maybe in my case it does is because creatine helps you hold on to a lot more water, which helps make your muscles look bigger. And I think because I tend to be dehydrated, and you have to drink so much more water with creatine, like another liter a day. So anyways, I don't know what's going on, but all I have to say is ever since I started using creatine, my night sweats have exploded again. It's a 2 PJ wet hair night. Last night, actually, my hair, let me show you. I put in just like a conditioner all night and just wrapped it up on my head and slept in it. Then I got up at 4 a.m. this morning and just washed my hair before the gym because it was a hot mess. And it just feels so silky, you guys. So honestly, like, if you don't already do this, and I don't do it that often because I'm lazy and I forget, but every time I stick just thick conditioner in my hair, comb it through, wrap it on my head and sleep in it, wash it out in the morning, I just have this like such like a silky, healthy feel to my hair. So you don't need a special product, just use a thick conditioner and it'll be amazing. Okay. Oh, am I getting hot? I feel like I'm getting hot. I feel like my body's about to release more sweat. If you've nursed babies, what it feels like for me right now is when you're about to nurse a baby and you have that letdown, I literally feel like my body is letting down sweat. It's really weird and kind of bizarre, and it's been going on for years, and it comes and it goes, and I just don't know. I've been to the doctor about it. Believe me, I've done the hormones for it. I don't know, you guys. I'm a sweater. Okay. Our water is done. Let's wash our face. So again, I do have makeup on right now, and I'm going to take it off. Hey, Edward, welcome. Good morning. It's great to see you. Rebecca, she says, I ordered 2 sets of the peel. Can't wait. Thanks for the discount. Question though, will there be tariffs on my order? Okay, Rebecca, I'm glad you brought that up. And inside the app, we've been talking about tariffs from Korea, and our vendors are, believe me, navigating it the best they can because they obviously are incentivized to make the sales, right? And they don't want these US that connection. I know we just lost streaming. I don't know why. Okay. I'm first going to cleanse with the City Beauty Gentle Glow Nourishing Cleanser. They did send this to me in PR like last week, and I thought we would try it out. So let's just pump some onto our Maysama cleansing brush. So I'm using the Maysama Urgent today to cleanse my face. I'll dip it in the water and let's turn it on. If I push the right button, it'll turn on. I'll get my mirror. And we'll reveal what these bruises really look like. Oh, I have a question on TikTok asking, do you do Botox? Why, yes, I do. But I'm not allowed to say that word, though. So, yes, I use Tox. I don't use Botox. Botox is a brand name, and it's owned by Allergan. So if you're asking, do I use neuromodulators? Yes, I do. But I don't use the one that you asked about. Because just in case you didn't know, they're not the only game in town. They're just the only one you know about in the US, really, because it's purposeful. Okay. So we're going to do kind of multiple cleanses because obviously I have makeup on, so we're not really clean. We just kind of shifted the makeup with some cleanser, but we're going to do a really thorough cleanse because we want to make sure that we get good penetration of the acid, and we want a nice clean cut with dermaplaning. So I'm going to do another pump, turn it on. So a lot of times when you guys catch me on these morning lives, I don't have anything on my face, but basically what I'm showing you right now is an end of the day cleansing process if you had makeup on or sunscreen. In the morning, I don't do as thorough of a cleanse because I don't have anything on my face. This massaging cleansing brush also has LED light in it. And LED lights like red and near infrared are clinically proven to help expedite healing, like bruises on your face. But as I found out over the years of using different LED devices, the bulbs do vary between devices, and I've noticed a different intensity from different ones that I've used. So today we're going to go over that because I think it's super important. And I think just like you, I've been really like, well, they all say they do the same thing. So like, what's the difference? Because some of them are like really expensive and some of them aren't. And they all kind of state they do the same things. And so it's really confusing on which one to buy. But luckily I have like nearly every single silicone LED mask ever made. I've tried them all. And today I'm going to tell you which one I truly feel like is the best for treating and healing bruises. So stay with me. There's a plug to keep you here. All right. So now I feel like the face is clean, but it's not dried out completely. So we're going to do an enzyme wash, which is a drying wash to really get our skin dry before dermaplaning. And I'm going to be using the Huis Labs Papaya Enzyme Wash. So I've used this before and it's a powder, and with powders it's really drying. So this isn't something that you would use daily unless you have like really, really thick, oily, sebaceous skin and really big pores. You could probably get away with something like this, and maybe your skin would tolerate it pretty well because it would be so drying and exfoliating those pores and getting that gunk out. But for like a 45-year-old female who's like me, your skin's probably really dry. So this is just for dermaplaning purposes, okay? So you add water to the foam or to the powder, and then it foams up like this. And then you just use it to massage into your face. What do you have above your lips that are dark? Are those bruises? Yes. Scorpio, these are bruises. My eyes are bruised as well. No, I'm not a UFC fighter. I just like to look like one sometimes. Okay, so really like agitate it against your skin, rub it, because it really does get more grit and oil off of your face. We'll dip them again and get them wet again, just to make sure we get off all that residue. And if you're in front of your sink, then just splash a ton of water on your face. Okay. I feel like we are clean. What have you found the best thing to do for anti-aging on the neck? Oh, that's a good question. Man, the neck is so hard, you guys. So for the neck, some of the, I think, most beneficial things that I've done to help like tighten it and just like keep it stronger, even though like it's, I mean, I'll get the neck lift eventually. Like I'm not opposed to it. Like I want it. I want the lip lift. I want the bluff. So that's going to happen. But until then, yeah, I think, and I need to do this because I have not done this in a while, but the the Nefertiti lift, or basically putting toxin into your platysmal bands, is a great way to make your neck look less stringy. So like right now you can see I don't have any tox in my neck because I can do this. But if I did have tox laying down those platysmal bands, I would pull like that and you wouldn't see the striation. So in like a month or so, I'm going to redo that inside the app. The other thing is mesotherapy to help with skin density, and then threads. I like putting threads in, like not everybody has the horizontal lines in their neck, but I do. I've always had them. Like even as a child, like my neck just bends and like creases. So I like to put threads in those horizontal lines to boost collagen there and make them look less deep. So those are things. And then also I probably will do a TCA peel on my neck and chest this fall as well to help just clear sun and tighten the skin and clean out pores and stuff. So in my opinion, those are the things that I've noticed for myself make the biggest impact on my neck that I've tried. Okay. Oh, okay. So Kat says Profilo has really helped the necklines. Really? Okay. So you're using Profilo on your necklines. That's great. I've used Gory around my face, but I haven't placed Gory in my neck. And if you guys aren't familiar, Profilo and Gory are very similar. They're liquid PCLs for biostimulating collagen in your skin. Okay, look at my face. We are clean. This is what my bruises are looking like 2 days post doing the Cure Next Eye around my eyes. I did place a couple threads right in this wrinkle, which is annoying to me. And then I did put some threads right here in the nasolabial fold. That is happening because as my mid-face falls down, as it loses fat pads, this becomes more intense. And then I also placed threads at my vermilion border and above my lip, and then right here. So you can see the bruises from those, and then you can see some of the fallout from the mesotherapy around my eyes. And this one started here. This is where I hit. So from gravity, you can see that it's falling down. And I knew that today it would probably look green or yellow down here, and this blood will just continue to break up and go away. And one of the ways that I've been doing that is with some lasers. So we'll get into that. But first, we're going to dermaplane our face. So I did this a couple weeks ago. I think, was it during my 4th or 3rd Soonsu Peel? I can't remember. But don't worry, I'm going to make a culminated video here for YouTube, basically like going through the series of doing this peel 6 times and my thoughts and what I noticed during each time. So that's coming. But I did dermaplane one time during this session to help with the exfoliation of the skin and then to also take off any vellus hair. So I felt like today we should dermaplane again just to help remove any of that slough before we put on our final couple layers of the Soonsu Peel, which will be our 6th session. Okay, this is a Swan Morton 10R blade disposable dermaplaning scalpel, and I actually got out my other scalpels to show you why I prefer this one. This is a disposable one. It comes in a package of 10 from Amazon. I highly recommend these ones. So number one, for dermaplaning, you can see that it is rounded at the end instead of sharp. So as you're going around curved surfaces or on your face where it's not a straight plane, you aren't going to nick the edge. So that's the reason it's called a 10R blade, R standing for round. We linked to this in the blog. I've used these for years. But before I got into the disposable ones, and just so you know, when I was making dermaplaning videos years ago on YouTube, Swan Morton reached out to me because they saw that I was using their scalpels, and they were like, hey, do you know that we have these great disposable ones? And I said, no, because before then I was using the original scalpel. So this is a metal-based scalpel, and then this is how the blades come, and you pull it out like this. I haven't done this in forever. I can't remember how exactly it goes together, but this is why I prefer, let's see, does it slide in there? It's just so much easier to use. Oh yeah, there we go. It's so much easier. I didn't get that on all the way. So you got to stick it back in that you get it locked on. Okay, so there's that one, but it's just not as easy. And then you've got to remove the blade, which they give you a box to do that in. Anyways, point being, I think if you want to dermaplane like once a month, just get this, okay? It'll last you, the box will last you a year, and you don't have to deal with this and breaking off the blades and potentially cutting yourself. And yeah, see, like now I would have to do it in the box to get it off, and it's just kind of confusing how it works. So I don't, I just think it's kind of dangerous for at home, like when you're not used to dealing with scalpels all the time. So get the disposable one, because I can't even make this work right now. I have to watch a YouTube video on how I did it in the past. Okay. So I just wanted to touch on that really quick, just in case you wonder why I don't just use a regular scalpel. I think this is better. Oh, Cal says, yes, it actually breaks the blade. Yeah, and I don't like dealing with that because I can just recap this and throw it away. So much easier. All right, we don't want to like get any of our little baby hairs. And you can see how much gray I have because I haven't colored my hair in forever. I'm wondering if I will go blonde again, or if I will just put in darker color just to like help my hair feel thicker, because color really does help your hair feel thicker. And whenever I use the bleach to lighten it, I just feel like it gets dry and crispy, and I just really don't want that. Okay, so I like to start up at my forehead and come down. And basically with the Soonsu peel, I've noticed that by day 4 or 5, it's like exfoliating and I can like see sloughing. And usually by the time I get to Wednesday again, I'm fine. But there is like little stuff here, so I think dermaplaning can help also. And then by doing that, you're gonna get a deeper penetration of the acid. Okay. So I just come lightly on my forehead, and I'm at a 45-degree angle, and I'm making sure to not cut off any eyebrow hairs. And I do want to be careful because I have thinned out my skin as I've exfoliated it with the acid this summer. It's always funny, some of the comments I get from people who decide to watch my videos. Like, I honestly, some of the comments, I swear these people do not even watch the video, because I'm like, wait, why are you commenting that? That's like exactly what I said in the video. But sometimes I get comments like, your skin's so thin, but they're usually from people who like live in Asia, or people who have more ethnic skin, so their skin's thicker. It's just so funny because it's like, yeah, we have different skins. My skin is lighter. It is thinner. That's my genetic makeup. But honestly, you guys, I will never understand the internet. I will never understand why people want to be mean on it. Like there's like Reddit threads on me, and I just don't even go to them because it's so mean. And I get it, like when you put yourself out there, you put yourself out there to be ridiculed and assessed and criticized, but I am kind of shocked at how much society has become so passive aggressive. It's just, I just don't think it's healthy. It's a weird obsession that some people have. Like, people might think I'm obsessed with skincare and I'm a freak and whatever. Okay, that's totally fine, but I'm just being me. Like, I'm not going around criticizing other people's like decisions. I don't really care because I'm in my own world doing my own thing. I don't have time to hang around and care what other people are doing. Okay. I do want to be careful because I don't want to. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. Look at how sweaty I am. So sweaty. This is why I have to keep the fan going on the camera, because otherwise the camera will overheat. I want to give you guys good, like, I know the lights make it hard to see the dry skin, but not hard to see the bruises. But it is up there. Okay. So we're going to stop on the forehead. Oh gosh, this hair. Okay. So we'll come down the side of my face, and then we'll come down the side of my face, and we'll do my chin and above my lips. The side of the face is always so satisfying because you have more vellus hair over there, and I always feel like the side of the face has more skin buildup on it. Also, guys, if you are big Facebook people, just know that the Natural Chaos Facebook page was removed like 2 weeks ago. Totally fallacious allegations, but of course it doesn't matter what I appeal or say. It's just like a forced termination. So, but I do have the Spa and Tell Facebook page, so I've shifted everything to posting to that page, and I still have my Instagram account, and then we have the Spa and Tell Facebook page. So I am trying to navigate it the best I can. Censorship affects all of us, and we're just navigating it the best we can. So I'm just going to be taking it across my cheek, and obviously because I dermaplane and exfoliate my face a lot, like, I'm not going to have the massive like cut of skin coming down that sometimes you see from people, because that might be the first time they've ever done it. I remember the first time I ever dermaplaned, I was like, whoa. So I like to take my time. I mean, obviously you're dealing with a legit blade here. I'm not using one of those tinkle razors, but there's nothing wrong with that. I have used a tinkle razor to dermaplane before, and you can do that. And because it has the guard on it, you know, you're not going to perhaps chop out a chunk of your face. So I'm not opposed to using, like, doing the tinkle razor, because I think it's a much safer experience. Now let's right over that bruise. And I keep little cotton swabs right here just to like clean off my blade. DJ says, Kim, I was just thinking about you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I did my own mesotherapy on Monday and threads in my app. That's the reason I'm bruised up. Okay, let's come to this side. Also, if this is one of the first times you've dermaplaned, your blade might get dull halfway through your face. So you could switch blades and use a new blade for this side of your face if you want it. It just depends on how much you think you're taking off and how much the blade might be dulling. And this side of my face is easier for me to dermaplane than the other side because I'm right-handed. Okay, let's treat in here. I always get nervous when I do these. I'm like, I'm going to cut myself and it's going to be on camera in front of everyone live and I'm going to look like an idiot. So maintaining that 45-degree angle, coming back on the side of our face. And then you can flip it, your arm, or I can on this side, to like get that side angle. And then let's just do the lip. We did this side already. You make your chin tight as you bring the blade across it. And then if you just like want to go like a little bit underneath, I'm looking down at my mirror. Okay. All right, we're done with that because we don't want to go like crazy and make our face raw and then stick acid on it and want to cry. The other thing that I'm going to do before we apply the acid is we're going to use my Dermrays Revive Laser because you know that I've been testing this out also this summer. And then we'll use my NERA on my bruises because you can see that the apertures in these lasers, the faces of them, the NERA is much smaller than the Revive. Okay. The problem is this is great for spreading heat faster, but when it comes to my eye, I can't get it to blast because with the orbital bone here, it won't fit flat across this window or the aperture opening. And because it's a at-home device laser, it has a lot of safety protocols in them to make sure you don't hurt yourself. So because of that, I can't get this to blast in my bruise areas, but I can get the LUMARA to work because the aperture is much smaller. So that's what I've been doing the last couple days, treating the bruise. But right now we'll turn on my Dermrays Revive Laser and we'll set it to level 3. Now it's set to level 3, all green lights are go. I put the ready button, and now when I put it on my face, it's gonna blast in heat. Deborah says super satisfying. Oh yeah, totally. Like dermaplaning is so satisfying. It's like when you get out like extraction tools and you're like, oh my gosh, I just love extracting my pores. So as I've shared in previous lives with this, instead of dragging it across my face as the manufacturer recommends, I found that keeping it in spots and letting it do multiple blasts is how I'm getting in a lot more heat and hopefully building that collagen in the dermis, which is what this laser claims to do. But I just felt like the original protocol for dragging it around your face, I just didn't think I was getting enough heat in each area. Also, for those of you who are like, oh, she just did PCL threads and now she's going to put heat on it. I know people don't want to put heat on biostimulators or threads in particular because you will break the filament down faster, which if you've ever done a thread and you're really unhappy with it, like I did a cogged thread maybe 2 years ago and it buckled. I used my lasers and like my radio frequencies to break down the cog hooks so that it would release the ripple in the skin. So it does break it down. I'm not concerned about putting heat on top of my threads. Number one, these were not cogged threads, so they're not hooked into the skin trying to hold it somewhere. They're just meant there to break down and build collagen. So when I use heat on top of my mono threads, I'm just kind of expediting some of their breakdown so that they can go into the skin more and start building collagen. So I've never had an issue with applying heat on top of my threads. And if you didn't know, applying heat on top of bruises will help break them up faster. So that's the reason I like using my lasers on top of issues. Oh, sorry, you asked a question earlier and you got no answer. It's just really hard for me to manage the TikTok and the YouTube chats. That's the reason I tell you guys to come over to YouTube. In fact, I don't even see, hopefully YouTube is still going because I don't even see the chat anymore. Okay, so we're still going there. I just don't know. So, anyways, okay. Oh, if you stop doing it, it will, you will have to reset it. The device I'm using is the Dermrays Revive Laser. It's an at-home skin laser, non-ablative, but it's supposed to go deeper with 10 joules of power into the dermis, deeper than my LUMARA. And it is really hot. And I am on level 3. Usually what it is I get 5 blasts in one area and then I have to move it because it'll get too hot. And you're just going to have to figure that out for yourself. And the regular protocol might be fine too, but for me, I just felt like I could monitor it more this way versus as I would drag it through my face. And we'll do hair stuff too. Once I get the peel on, oh man, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, it'll build collagen. I mean, that's what they say. And you can see the heat impact I'm getting right now from it. You don't want to work anymore? Okay. And then like I like to go underneath my lip right here to just build up that collagen there. They say after using this for 6 weeks you should see improvement, but I haven't been able to use this 3 to 4 times a week like you're supposed to. So my lack of huge difference shouldn't necessarily be reflective of its power because I haven't been using it as consistently as the protocol requires. Okay. So that one's done. So here's the NERA. No, I didn't burn my upper lip. I bruised it by placing threads the other day. Yeah, this laser can be used on the neck, the chest. It's just however long you want to spend doing it, right? So here's our NERA. I'm on level 2 because it can be really powerful, especially the pinpoint blast. And I'm just gonna treat up in my eyes. And actually I'm gonna back it down to level 1 because I haven't used this in a while. And those of you who have used the NERA, you know that level, like as you go up, it's like, whoa. Like I remember the first time I tried to use it and I like, oh, we'll do level 5. And I was like, no, we won't. Yeah, level 1 is still a little bit of a B. I mean, it's really intense. So then we'll really try to treat it. Now I'm not going to be able to blast over my eyelid. It won't really blast there, but I'm going to pull up the skin and blast over my orbital rim. So that's like here. You can see, right? So I'm pulling up the bruise so that I'm not over my eye, but on top of the bone. But my bigger laser, I couldn't get it to blast here. So luckily we had the NERA. And I have the NERA Pro, which has a bigger aperture as well. But I feel like the NERA, is this the NERA Precision? I feel like the NERA Precision with its really tiny blasting aperture is just whole. I feel like you get like a really intense blast into little areas. So if you're like me, you're doing a lot of at-home things, especially in areas where you might bruise, like the lips and the eye, you might want something like this to help you expedite the healing. Let's just blast these areas. Honestly, whenever I have something on my face, I just blast it with heat. And I take a lot of arnica as well to help with bruising. Okay, lasers are done. Our face has been shaved. Now it's time to put on the acid. So this is my second bottle, and this is how the Soonsu Peel comes in a box. You get 5 vials. So I used 1, and now I'm on the second one. And each vial has 6 milliliters of product in it. So I've been using 2 milliliters each time. And that has meant that I've been able to get 3 sessions out of 1 vial. So in theory, you could get 15 peels out of a box because you can do 3 and there's 5 vials. or you could layer more, you know, and do less peels. So, okay. Here is what's left. I'm going to use a drop syringe to pull up whatever's left in here. These vials are really vacuum sealed. I struggle with pulling the product out of these more than other things, but I mean, I always struggle with drawing stuff. You would think that I'd be good at drawing things up by now, but no. Just like you guys. Still always confused. Okay, this draw was much better. Once you let out all that pressure, it's so much easier. And then you can see that the peel does separate. You see that, like, here's the top of it, but like the oil portion, the squalene that's buffering the acid is separated. So shake it up. Then, okay, and then so now we have 2 mils of shaken up product. We will we'll recap our needle and remove this because we don't need the needle to apply it, but we need gloves. Oh, really quickly, another device that you can use that is like an LED device, but I do love these for traveling, and they're tight for getting into, you know, spaces. It's probably not even charged, as usual. This is oh, that's right. This one turns on just by being put on things. Maybe it needs to be, oh, you know what, it's blinking at me. I should have charged it. But anyways, you could put like some, oh, there we go. Some serum and just like massage your eye with this too, because you can get really in there and it'll just help move the fluid and just like smooth it out and treat the bruise. So that was another idea. Cheaper than some of the other lasers that I shared. So now we'll put on our gloves. What's the name of the larger laser you used earlier on this slide? It's called the Derm Revive laser, and I have a promo code for it. So if you go to naturalchaos.com and you go to the blog, if you come over to Spot and Tell on the YouTube channel where I'm streaming right now, it's linked. And Melissa, I can't remember. It's like $100 off that laser or something, isn't it? I think. So that's nice. Always can save you guys some money. I feel like my chat on TikTok, or I mean on YouTube is not running anymore, but on TikTok it's working. Okay. The reason I like to glove up when I'm using acids, even this buffered TCA, is just because it will cause your fingers to peel. So it's just nice. And you're going to be rubbing it in your face, so gloves work. Okay, so it will re-separate, so make sure you shake it up before you start applying it. And I'm not going to drip it on my face. I'm just going to do some in my hands, because if you watched part 1 of this series 6 weeks ago, I almost got it in my eye when I used this to drop it on my forehead, so that's not safe. Don't do it like that. So we're doing 1 ml per layer, and there's 2 mils of product in my syringe. So I'm just putting drops into my hand, rubbing it on my face, kind of wrap underneath. And let's see, we've got a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna let this go for 5 minutes on our face as it activates into our skin and helps break up those skin bonds that connect our skin cells to each other. So they're called I think they're called desquamal bonds, if I remember right. And it basically breaks them apart so that the skin cells slough off. Okay. So so we're gonna do our next layer at 10:56. And while this is sitting in our face, we're gonna treat our scalp really quick with our high frequency wand, because we're always multitasking here. It's the only way to get all this stuff in. So if you remember last week, we've been doing a lot of scalp treatment. I've been alternating my lives where I do microneedling in my scalp. I've also been doing some meso injections into my scalp too inside the app. So it's saying unable to connect to the chat, but I don't understand why, because we are streaming live on YouTube, so I'm not sure why I can't see the chat. I'm gonna see if I can refresh it. Oh, okay. I was just able to refresh it. I think when I lost connectivity, it messed up the chat. Sorry, you guys. I haven't seen it in like 20 minutes. Hey, Jane, how are you? Okay, Rebecca says she's looking on the Natural Chaos site for certain syringe links. So a lot of times in the blogs for different procedures I do, in the blogs, all the items are usually laid out in there. So if there's like a live where I did something or a YouTube video where I did something and there's a blog attached to it, if you go to that blog, items like syringes, numbing cream, any professional products I used, any lasers or devices that have promo codes, they're usually itemized in each blog. Why am I wearing gloves? Because I just applied a layer of TCA to my face. And we'll do the next layer in 2 minutes. So this is just stimulating my scalp, bringing oxygen to the surface so that the hair follicles, as they're growing in the scalp, are getting more nutrition, because more blood flow means more oxygen and nutrition to whatever's happening in that region. I'm 43 years old. I try to post that as often as I can. Like I just did a reel maybe 2 weeks ago on Instagram saying, I'm 43 years old. I was born in 1982, so I turned 43 this year. In 26, I'll turn 44. And I have 4 boys. So I've had 4 kids. That is where I'm at. I like to keep it right above the scalp so that I get more of an arc and more of a stimulation. If you put it down against your scalp, you don't get as much stimulation. But if you keep it like right above it, then the arcing, like it's not touching my face, but I can feel the stimulation. That's what you want. Okay, so it's 56. So this first layer has been on our face for 5 minutes. So now we'll do the second layer. And during the second layer, I'll do my best to answer all your questions. So Cynthia says I can't find you on YouTube. Well, the YouTube channel is called Spa and Tell. And if you go to my profile, there's a link to YouTube, but you could just type in Spa and Tell if you're on YouTube. Okay, so let's get, oh, you know what, shake it up because it does separate again. Okay. Rebecca says yes to pull out the peel like you did. Jane Blanca says I finally am moving to my Florida custom home next month. Excited. Still selling San Diego. Oh my gosh, Jane. We have been talking about this Florida home for what, 3 years on lives and on Amazons and stuff. We are so excited for you, girl. I seriously, DM me on Instagram pictures. I want to see this Florida home. Like, we have been talking about this amazing place forever and I want to see it. So please DM me on Instagram, Natural Chaos Instagram account, because that's where I'm the most active, and I will check it out because I'm super excited for you. And I'm super excited that you're moving to Florida from California. What a relief. Okay. I live in California. It's not the greatest state on earth anymore. It's been destroyed. Okay. And I don't know if I can ever leave it. So this is our second layer of the buffered TCA peel. The reason it's buffered is because it has squalene oil in it. So it doesn't penetrate like a 25% TCA peel would. It definitely is more soothing. I love it when people are like, why isn't California a great state anymore? What happened? Why is it destroyed? Well, if you don't live here, then I guess you don't know. And if you don't live in the United States, you're probably completely unaware. And I can't really talk about it because we know what happens. So I'll just keep it to myself. But know that if I could move to Florida, I'd be stoked. All right, questions. Tony asks, how long will Halo results last? I don't know. I'm not doing Halo right now, so I'm not. Are you talking about the laser? I've never had the Halo laser done, so I can't speak to that either. Okay. Oh, thanks, Melissa. So Melissa just gave Rebecca the links that she was looking for in the chat on YouTube. So thanks, guys. That's the reason being on the YouTube side is much better than the TikTok side. I know you guys like TikTok's great because it's really good at serving me out. So that's the reason I do it. And I love you guys and welcome. But when it comes to having support for these lives, finding what you're looking for and getting your questions answered, then being on the YouTube side is better because I do have help there. Yeah, you can do this peel under the eyes and neck. I've been doing it under my eyes. I've just been doing it focused on my face this summer. This fall, I do want to do a really nice, intense TCA peel on my face and on my neck and chest. So I'm planning out those videos and trying to figure out good times to do them. I also got the glow stack, you guys. So I'm really excited about trying those out. I have to be really careful how I share using peptides for my own personal use. It's just, the world right now is insane, and I feel like I'm under a magnifying glass, and I just don't know, I just don't feel comfortable. It's crazy. Okay, any question? Oh, La Wendy says she same, loves California, hates California, can't leave. Yeah, obviously so many of us here feel that way. What happened to my face? Again, I did mesotherapy and threads around my eyes and around my lips. On Monday. That's the reason I look bruised, because it's only been 48 hours. But if you were in the app and you watched me do it, I hope you're seeing the healing and just that it's totally normal. Okay. Whew. So this peel is tingling. There is like a burn to it. And this one has been on, oh man, I think we're gonna go to 11:02, like one more minute. And then we will start finishing up. I have some new sunscreen to use today from Tier, so I'm excited about that. I will not wash this peel off. I'm just going to start layering on top of it because with TCA, it's not like glycolic that needs to be neutralized or washed off. TCA will neutralize itself, but also if you put on products like snail mucin or just like a facial hyaluronic spray, it will also change its potency and stop the burn as well. So you don't need to rinse it off. You can just let it go if you feel comfortable. It's how, I mean, for me, I feel fine with it. Now, everyone should operate under their own like sensation. Like, don't do something that you're not comfortable with. I've been doing this for a really long time. I know what my skin feels like. I know what to expect. And this is a very gentle peel in the end. But just because something works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Okay. So here is our snail mucin. This is from CosRX. Tomorrow's video on YouTube is my 5 favorite microneedling serums. The ones that I've used, tried and true, like cost effective. So I hope you guys like find that video really helpful because I know a lot of you like to microneedle like me. And last week's video was all about microneedling pens and which one I think is the best based on everything that I've used and have. So I hope those 2 videos like serve you really well for microneedling. But the reason I bring it up is because tomorrow when you watch the video, there was a snail mucin that I really liked and it totally went out of stock. Like it's not even available anymore. And I felt like an idiot. This one is a dupe for it and I've used it for a long time, and so we're going to use it today. It's really nice. It has a, if you've never used snail mucin, check this out. It's just, it's stringy, you guys. Like, can you see this? Yeah. It has this mucusy, sticky texture to it, and it feels so good on your skin. And right now it is soothing that TCA burn and knocking it out. Right as I put it on my face, I still feel the burn, but it's changing it. And if this feels too much for you, just rinse your face off. You don't have to do it like me. Because I know that it's still going to feel burny. And burny's not a word, but it's how I feel. Okay. Then the next serum we're going to put on, it comes like this. They make it look all, you know, professional. But they do sell it in a serum like pump, which I think is probably smarter. Because the box of these, you get like 7 in them. And so it's needle free. And this, I feel like, replaced one of my other favorite Easy Do serums too, because one of the other ones that I love isn't available anymore either. I always think that things are just going to stay available, and then I make videos with them and I'm like, great, this doesn't even exist anymore. Okay, so this product also has, it has a lot of melanin blockers in it to brighten your skin. And it kind of has this like creamy yellow texture to it, but it really goes on so nice. It's thick. It's like this thick serum. And let me grab the box. Luckily it's right at hand. Okay. So this is the melanatoning 1 day ampoule. And so it's supposed to help treat dark spots in particular because it has niacinamide, it's got the DWEGF 98%, it's got alpha-albutrin, tranexamic acid, which is also a brightener, bisabolol, I don't know what that is, vitamin C, glutathione, another brightener, and adenosine, which should help with ATP in your cells. Okay, so just getting this pushed into my skin, in my eyes, just everywhere. And we'll just take it down our neck. Okay, so there we are. And then this can go in the trash. There's no needle with it. It's totally fine. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this. I think it's cool. Like, I think it's cool that they did this, but I think that just getting the serum in the bottle is better because this just seems like so wasteful. Okay. Now, let's do some lip oil. This is from City Beauty. It's just their lip plumping oil. And then I'm going to go over my light masks. We got to test one of them before I put on my sunscreen. You can't put on sunscreen and then do an LED mask. It will block the light, just in case you didn't know that. Anything really, like any sunscreen, any makeup, anything like that is going to block the penetration of the LED light. So you can have serums on your skin, but yeah, nothing that would block like SPF. So High Dose sent me this, and I have a lot of these LED masks. One of the things that stood out to me about the High Dose LED mask is that it has this head strap on top to like make it tighter to your face, and it comes with this little mask holder. So when you look at this mask, you can see the bulbs in it, and that's fine. And this is how a lot of masks are. This is how my Omnilux mask looks. This is how a lot of these, this is how Current Body looks. This is, all of these masks are being made in the same place, okay? Like, they're just white labeling them with different names. But Higher Dose sent this to me, and it came with a light activating glow serum. So I thought, well, I'll try this out. And here's another point that they're like, here, you can put this serum on and then put on your LED mask. So you can do serums. You just can't have a product that's going to block the light. Whoa, you get a lot of serum in this. Okay. This serum feels really good too. Actually, it kind of has a similar consistency to that that One Day ampoule. Oh, by the way, this brand is Easy Do, in case you weren't familiar. And Easy Do is that brand where you get those like little pink EGF vials that I like to microneedle with. And when I was in Korea a couple times, like Easy Do has met with me both times. Hubis Labs, like most of the Korean brands when I'm there come and meet with me, and they're just so kind and awesome. Like, I love it. I love being in Korea. Okay. So let's try on this mask. And I already know my thoughts on this, but I think I already know my thoughts on this, but let's put it on, and then I'm going to explain to you about my other mask, how they compare. Okay. So this one, I have to say, of the masks, this one fits my face the best. A problem I found with all LED masks is that their straps are way too long for my head. Like, it's almost like they modeled the straps after like a head that's 3 times the size of a normal head. So this mask is actually fitting great on my head because I can lock it down nice and tight. And then they did this thing, which this is the only mask I have that does this, where this piece comes back to like lock it tighter on your head like this. And then it is battery powered, so you can turn it on. And now we're going with light. And you don't, it comes with goggles, but you don't need goggles for LED lights. Like that's not true. Actually, LED can be really great for your eyes. So the whole idea of like having to cover your eyes or close your eyes when you're using LED is not factual. You don't need to protect your eyes from LED. Let's see, can I drink through it? Okay. So this is the higher dose mask. And somebody's asking my age again. You guys, I'm 43 years old. I really do tell you guys all the time, like, I'm not like embarrassed by my age. Thank you, God's plan. You're so sweet. Yeah, I try to share it as much as possible because I know it's, you know, interesting to people. So then, like, if I had a pocket, like, you just stick it on your side, you can walk around, you can do errands, you can cook. Okay. And that's how, ever since, let's see, my first battery operated mask I got in Korea in 2020. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the silicone masks started coming out, because before then they were all those hard, heavy ones that were really difficult to wear. Then they started coming out with silicone, so much better, and then battery powered so that you didn't have to be plugged into the wall, because I used to have to be plugged into the wall, which was super annoying. So this is my LUMARA mask, and this is actually the one that I use. And this mask, in comparison to all my others, and I'm going to take this off just to be able to show you. Okay. So my LUMARA mask has so many more LED bulbs than all my other like LED masks are like this. So for instance, I'm going to turn it off so that you can see, because I think the LED lights make it hard to see. So you can see all of those little bulbs, right? Okay. And there's lots of space. You see how there's lots of space between the bulbs? That means it's not as great for you. And I'm not trying to be a brat about their LED mask. Like, if this is the one you can afford, then do that. That's better than nothing. I hate telling people to buy expensive things because I really don't think typically, like, you need expensive things. But when you look at my LUMARA mask, do you see how many more bulbs there are? Do you see how there's not the gaps between them? This is what's going to make the difference, because you're going to get so much more light on your face. I do wish that this mask fit my face better. It's just too big, and I'll show you. So it's almost like I might like sew on different Velcro straps to this just to make it fit my face better. But you see, like, when I wrap it around, my head is too small. So it's like, I can't really get a nice tight fit. Like, I need it to be like this. Oh, okay, there's a solution. Okay, I guess if you pull them past each other and then lap them like that, you can get a tighter fit. All right, I just solved my problem. Okay, so this light, or this button turns it on, and then you get more intensity. So this is just really so much more intense, and I feel so much more warmth, and yeah, it's, I don't know how to explain it except that it really does feel night and day different than this one. It's just, this one just isn't putting out as much light as this one is. And I think it'd be nice if I could get this on my mouth to fit a little bit tighter, because any space, like any gap between LED and your skin, like, it's a 4-time degradation of the power. So you want to be as close to your LED light as possible to get the intensity that it's saying it provides. The more gapping, the less intensity. Okay. And we don't need to sit here with me wearing this for 10 minutes, but I just wanted to go over this because I think it's really important. And I know it's really confusing because all of these LED masks are all over the marketplace, and you're just like, which one is working? they're all working in theory, but the more bulbs you can get in the space, the more effect you're gonna get. Okay, so let's turn these guys off. And then on the higher dose, by the way, you get a 10-minute or a 20-minute setting. On the LUMARA, it's just a 10-minute run, but it has 3 intensities. Oh, actually, it starts off with 10 minutes, but you can increase it to 15 or 20. I typically just run it for 10 and then click it again. So you can do 10, 15, or 20 minutes, and you get 3 different intensities with this one. All right. The last thing we need to do is just top off with some sunscreen. And this is one I haven't used before, but it's a 50 SPF from Tier. If you're not familiar with the skincare brand, it's Korean. They've sent me a lot of PR packages with like their whole lineup, but I was on Amazon and I saw that they had this sunscreen and they hadn't sent it. So I was like, oh, I'll just grab that because I love nice sunscreens and I'm always looking for more because we've got to be so good about our sunscreen. Like our sunscreen game has to be on point more than anything else. If your sunscreen game isn't on point, then it's really hard to make any changes with all of these things we do because the sun is just going to be stronger than you can help prevent, right? So you've got to do sunscreen. If you're not going to do sunscreen, then don't worry about this other stuff because it's just not going to give you the results you want. Okay. You guys, thanks for joining me today. Sorry it was really long. Just reading the questions. Okay, Jane Blanco says she's using the Style Pro LED mask. It's supposed to be equal to the Dermalux LED mask. Huh. And it's making a huge difference to your skin. That's awesome, Jane. I don't have that mask, so I'll have to look into it. All right, my friends, I will see you on tomorrow's YouTube premiere at 10 a.m. Pacific. I know last week I tried to do 7 p.m. Pacific because Grok was like, ooh, you should post later. Well, what I've learned for myself is that I'm going to keep my schedule at 10 a.m. because that is what I'm conditioned for. It's what works for my life. And last week I totally missed the premiere because I forgot about 7 p.m. So we're just sticking to 10 a.m. because I can remember that time. All right, my friends, TikTok, thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys on the next one.